Like Dublin win the five in a row, and you see a credit union in Dunamore or in Ashburn putting up a congratulations. Sam is kind of coming home with a picture of Dean Rock, or Sam is going home. Then you even think another county on the commuter belt, Meath, they have a a signed Dublin jersey up for a raffle. Like, is the identity being worn away by being part of the commuter belt?
Well, that shouldn't have happened. I mean, it was actually, I thought it was terrible. Brian Menton was a really down-to-earth, humble, class guy. He came out, he was livid, lives in Ashburn there. I thought it was an awful thing. And I just think
It's embarrassing, really.
it's horrendously embarrassing for everyone involved. But the one thing we see in Ashburn, it's a huge amount of Dubs living there. I mean, it is full of Dubs, with all due respect.
So for that reason, is there an identity issue in Meath because you have so many people from outside of it living there?
100%. I'm going to Navan, the same thing as well. And it's a huge thing for us. It really is a big problem. It's Trim, a lot of Dubs moving down there. Dunshaughlin, Ratoath. Ratoath it's nearly Dublin. That's the problem we have in the schools and the whole lot. And like, they're looking at their heroes in Dublin, they're living in Meath, so there is an identity crisis, there's no doubt, in a lot of clubs in those big populated areas and the schools and all that. And it's a big challenge for us to change that. And if you see some players, McDeegan's son moving back to play in Dublin, different things like that. He was playing with Dunamore Ashburn, all that end of it there. So like, we have to try and make our own mark, have our own heroes, and go to develop the point you're making. I was disappointed with the support the team received this year at league matches. I was at a lot of them, even in the championship. I felt maybe a bigger crowd maybe could have went to Croke Park, things like that. So Dublin is right on the border there of all those big towns. We've Dunshaughlin, Ashburn, Ratoath, places like that, and it is a massive, massive challenge for us to actually get those young people whose parents are from Dublin wanting to play with Meath and underage teams in Meath, and that's a massive challenge and a huge problem.
Because, in Dublin, there are so many country people living in Dublin. So many people move up for work, but that never seems to compromise the local identity and look. What do you do as a Meath person to say, look, we're not going to have Dublin flags around the place? I mean, fair enough, you're Dublin and be proud of it or whatever, but we need to, ensure that our identity is the thing being rammed home here, and have young lads growing up dreaming of wearing our colours and not thinking about that blue jersey.
Yeah, that's why the Leinster final, for those reasons, and we could have made a big statement, particularly in those populated, Dublin people in those areas. And they have had no heroes to really clutch onto in Meath for years. I mean, the Geraghties, the Trevor Giles and all those, they're long. That's a good few years ago now. So the Leinster final for me was a new breed following Meath football of young people whose parents could be from anywhere else, and it just didn't happen. And a lot of people are very disappointed with that. But we need to get back. If we can just compete with Dublin, maybe beat them again someday, that will change down the road. We're a long way from it. I really believe. I think we're as far away now as we ever were of beating Dublin. I really do believe that. An awful lot of work. Andy McEndy knows what's needed. He really does. And, he's brutally honest and ruthless and all the end of it there. He knows what's needed, what's wanted. But we have all to buy into actually getting back up there. It just doesn't happen training twice a week or this, that and the other. I think we can do an awful lot more work in the schools. I mean, we've massive big schools. I mean, St. Pat's, who used to be the kingpin of Leinster, they've moved down the pecking order quite considerably. That needs to be addressed. The big schools in Trim, Dunshaughlin, Ratoath, and the likes of going back years ago, that's where Tyrone and teams like that really got into the schools, good coaches, and started to work there. So those resources I don't think we've tapped properly. And we've been losing good underage players at 17, 18. When you get to 2021, a lot of them are gone. So I think we need to have programmes, and we need to captivate their attention, and they need to stay, and we need to. Dublin are brilliant at that. They don't lose. I know they've numbers and all that, but the way they've looked after the good young talent, I think we've lost it a bit there, and we need to address that as well. But I mean, beating Dublin again, that's the only way to answer it. It's the only way to sort that out. Start winning and competing and winning Leinster titles again.